Hello and welcome to another card video. This is going to be another cards from my closet video where I highlight an item from the cards that I collected back in the 1980s and 1990s that have been stored in my closet for the last 20 to 30 years until I recently dug them out, and that kind of rekindled my interest in the hobby. Today I'm going to talk about the 1980 Kellogg cereal baseball set. This is kind of an oddball item. Many people might not know about these Kellogg sets or might not have seen them before. But during this time period, Kellogg's did put out multiple baseball sets over multiple years. I have the complete set of 60 cards. This is exactly how I found them, in a box in my closet, all together in one stack like this. The only thing I did was I reordered them. I put them in order based on the number on the back of the cards. Uh, the way that you acquired these cards, there were a couple ways. One way was that there was a random card inserted in specially marked Kellogg cereal boxes. The other way was that you could collect Kellogg cereal box tops, and when you got a certain number of box tops, you could mail them in to redeem them for a complete set of cards. I don't remember for sure, but I'm guessing that's what we did with these, because I don't think we ate that much cereal where we would have gotten all 60 cards randomly from a box. So I'm guessing that we sent in the box tops to get the complete set. So taking a look at the cards, you can see the big thing you can notice right away is that the size of the cards is smaller than normal. These are 1 7/8 inches wide by 3 1/4 inches tall. And there's also a different feel to the cards. It doesn't have the same card stock as you would expect. There's kind of a plastic type film over the top. And you can see they're called 3D Superstars at the bottom. I think that film helps to create this little 3D effect. If you see as I move the card, the dots in the background move along with it. If you look at the design of the card, one thing you'll notice is that only the last name of the player is on the front. So the first name is not on the front except for the fake autograph that's on each card. Looking at the backs of the cards, I find them very difficult to read. I'm moving this pretty close to the camera now, so it's easier to read. But because of the small size of the card and because of the amount of information on the back, they can be difficult to read, the small text. So as far as the checklist for the set, there are many, many great players in this set. There's many Hall of Famers scattered throughout the entire set. But as you'll see, there's also some players where it's kind of a question. Why is that player in this set? He doesn't seem to fit with the others. So we'll talk about that as we go through the set. I did look online to see what the best cards were, and you'll find different information depending on where you look. But I did look on PSA's website, and they had listed the top card in the set is the Nolan Ryan card, followed by the Pete Rose and George Brett. Nolan Ryan in a PSA 10 card is worth $60, and it said that the Rose and the Brett in a PSA 10 had a value of $25. Now, like I said, you'll find wildly different values depending where you look, so take it with a grain of salt, but that's what I found on PSA's website. So all that being said, let's take a look at the cards. It does start with Ross Grimsley in number 1, but right away the second card is a Mike Schmidt, the Hall of Famer. So we hit a Hall of Famer in card number 2. Then we have Mike Flanagan, Ron Guidry, Bert Blyleven is in the Hall of Fame, Dave Kingman. And here's a card I wanted to highlight because it doesn't seem like it fits in the set. This is Newman, and I wasn't even sure what his first name was, but it is, you can see on the autograph it is Jeff Newman. And on the back, you can see in 1979, Jeff Newman hit .231. Now, he did hit 22 home runs in 1979 also, but he only hit 231, and his career batting average at the time was 229, and yet he still got a card in this set. So what I'm thinking is maybe they needed to have a player from every team in the set, and Oakland didn't have many options, so that's how Jeff Newman got in the set, but that's just speculation. And here's the George Brett card, one of the top 3 cards. If we take a look at it closer, it's in okay shape, except it does look like there's a little ding in the upper left corner here. It's a nice looking card. And we'll look at the back. The back looks pretty good. So that's a closer look at the Brett card. Bruce Sutter, Gorman Thomas with the Brewers, Darrell Porter, Roy Smalley, Hall of Famer Steve Carlton, and Jim Palmer, also a Hall of Famer. Craig Nettles, Ron Say. And here's the Nolan Ryan card. This is considered to be the best card in the set. And it looks like it's okay, except it's got a little nick here in the top center. And it also looks like it's off center from left to right a bit. We'll look at the back of the card. And that looks okay. No real damage on the back. Here's Ellis Valentine and Larry Heisel for the Brewers. As a Brewer fan, I found it interesting that the 2 Brewers in the set were Gorman Thomas and Larry Heisel. I guess like Robin Yount and Paul Molitor had not established themselves at this point, so they're not in the set. Here's Dave Parker, Eddie Murray, Willie Stargell, Reggie Jackson. We just get to a run of great players here, all Hall of Famers. Carl Yastrzemski, then we have Andre Thornton, Davey Lopes, Singleton, Garvey, Dave Winfield, Claudel Washington in the set. And here's the Pete Rose, the 3rd of the best 3 cards. I'm looking at this card. It looks like maybe a little nick in the top right corner. But otherwise okay. And this is an example. There's a lot of stats on the back of this card. So the text is pretty small, hard to read if you don't have it close up. Cedeno, Mazzilli, Larry Boa, Fred Lynn, Carlton Fisk, Vida Blue, more Hall of Famers, Jim Rice, Ted Simmons, Ferguson Jenkins, Tom Seaver, George Foster, just Johnny Bench, maybe the greatest catcher ever. Lance Parrish, Andujar, Don Baylor, just great players. Here's J.R. Richard. He was on his way to a great career. Unfortunately, he had that stroke and was never really the same after that. And the last card in the set, number 60, is Rod Carew. So that's a look at the set. As far as the condition of the cards, most of the cards I have are in pretty good shape. There is one example here, like Ellis Valentine on the back. There looks like there was some tape on it. There's some sticky residue, and you can see some of the card was peeled off, so you can't read the text there. There's like a couple cards that have damage like that on the back. Most of the fronts are pretty good. I showed you a few nicks along the way, and actually this first card has like a crack up here in the corner. But most of the fronts of the cards are pretty good, but just like 2 or 3 have a nick, have that damage on the back where it looks like some pieces of tape or something were stuck to them. As far as the value of this set, as is the case, it seems, with a lot of sets, you can probably get more out of it if you sell the cards individually instead of as a complete set, which is kind of disappointing for me. Guess I'm a little old-fashioned and like to collect the full sets. But I did look on eBay, and there have been some recent sales of this set, usually in the $30 to $40 range. There were some outliers where it was Some sold from the like $45 to $50, but most of the recent times it's been sold, it was in the $30 to $40 range. So that's approximately what this set is worth. So that's the 1980 Kellogg's baseball set. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, this video, please like the video and also subscribe to my channel. And if you have any thoughts on these cards, leave a comment on the video. I would love to hear what people have to say. So until next time, I will talk to you later. Bye.